Told y'all family at this time. May the peace of y'all come upon you when you learn to obey him, brothers and sisters. I'm doing a very important video at this time. I have not sent the video up to YouTube in a while, brothers and sisters. So I was talking to some brothers about the flat earth theory. And seeing this video, you will learn that the earth is not flat. The earth has three parts. We have the foundations of the earth. We have the core of the earth is the central part between the foundation and the face of the earth. The face of the earth is what we all can see and walk upon. That have mountains and valley, hills, and level plains, brothers and sisters. We all can visualize this, that have eyes to see, brothers and sisters, and travel, brothers and sisters. I'm going to give you a definition of meaning that I found off the internet on the word flat. Flat means smooth and even, without marked lumps or indentations. Lumps is referred to mountains and hills. Indentations refer to valleys, low points, brothers and sisters. And you can see what the scriptures say about the earth as we go there. Friend, that is it's very important. So keep in mind, we're talking about the foundations of the earth, because we got islands and lands, mass of the earth, and each island and land have foundations, brother and sister, which is the base, the bottom part of the earth, brothers, the bottom of the earth, the bottom. So we got the base, we got the core, the central point, where also when you bury your dead, you put them into the core of the earth, a portion of the core of the earth. 6 feet, 4 feet deep. It all depends on the nation you live in, laws, how did they bury the dead. And, as well, you plant your seeds into the earth, brothers and sisters. And as you will learn, we walk on the face of the earth, brothers and sisters, the top portion of the earth, brothers and sisters, that we all can physically see the form and shape, how y'all shape the earth. He shaped the earth with lumps and indentations, brothers and sisters. Not all flat and level, smooth on the top level of the earth, brothers and sisters. So this what we all can see, brothers and sisters, through observation, brothers and sisters, and travel. So with that, I'm going to go into the scriptures and read and start off with Deuteronomy 32:5-7, and how Yah was saying how our people, our brother, was crooked. Brother and sister, chapter 32 of Deuteronomy at this time, Devarim, at this time, brother, I'm going to start with 5:7. This as a reminder, he said, twisted and crooked generation has corrupted itself. See, a lot of our people today that coming down with this flat earth theory, you've been corrupted in this issue by someone, brothers and sisters, without carefully examining and studying the scriptures and knowing all parts of the earth, brothers and sisters. See right here, it says, twisted and crooked generation has corrupted itself. Their blemish, they are not his children. Do you do this to Yah? I'm reading this from the translation called the Scriptures at this time. O foolish and unwise people, is he not your father who brought you, who created you and established you? See, that was a reminder, brothers and sisters. Yah commissioned and ordered us, brothers and sisters, and our people have agreed in the covenant with Yah to obey Yah, brothers and sisters, but our people constantly turned away from Yah, and that's why we're in captivity now, brothers and sisters. So I'm gonna go over to verse 9 of chapter 32 of Deuteronomy at this time and read from 9 to 13. It said, for the portion of Yah is his people, Yaakov, his allotted inheritance. He found him in the wilderness and in a wasted, howling desert. He encompassed him and made him understand. See, to know. See, Yah is the one who enlightened us, brothers and sisters, to know. A lot of people going searching internet and different places and being corrupted by Caucasians again on the flat earth theory, brothers and sisters. And he watched over him as the apple of his eye. And as an eagle stands up its nest and flustered over its young, spreading out its wings and taking them up, burying them on its wings. Yah alone lead him. There was no strange or mighty one with him. And he made him ride in the heights of the earth. See, the heights of the earth, the mountains of the earth. And he ate the fruit of the fields. And he made him to draw honey from the rock and oil from the flinty rock. So keep that in mind. As I'm gonna go to Genesis 1. I'm going into this other translation because I had to do that from time to time, because in that particular scripture, my children wiped out the whole book of Genesis. So Genesis chapter 1, 2, brothers and sisters, at this time. Give me a moment, let me get there. Brothers and sisters, at this time, that the words of Yah may get into your hearing. See right here, in chapter 1, verse 2, it says, and the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. See that? And the spirit of Bara moved upon the face of the water. See, the face of the water, the top part of the waters. So keep that in mind. The earth was without form. We're saying that, I'm going to go to Psalms 95, 3. Excuse me, chapter 95, verse 5. So keep in mind, the earth was without form. So Yah formed this earth we live on. Brothers and sisters. So keep that in mind. The earth had no shape. Y'all gonna give the earth its shape. And that's what we here to get at. So give me a moment and let me get there. It's very important, brothers and sisters, that we study the words of Yah out carefully. Examine every living words of Yah, brothers and sisters. That is so vital, so important to enrich you, that you may know him, brothers and sisters, and know the earth that you live on. It's very important that you trust the words of Yah, not lean on to your own understanding like so many of my brothers and sisters do. I see. That's why they can't get the words of Yah. So a lot of debates and arguments continue on with our people, brothers and sisters. Please watch my next video dealing with the leader of our nation. That a lot of people like the knowledge of that too. So 95 of Psalms, verse 5 reads, the sea is his, and he made it, and his hand formed the dry land. You see that? So point that out. Yah hand formed the dry land. I want to point that out. The earth was without form. By Yah hand, he formed the dry land. The earth that we call it, that we walk upon. So keep that in mind. So that point is established. A lot of things will be established. I'm going to point things out as I go from verse to verse. Back to Genesis chapter 2, verse 10. Brothers and sisters, we're going to look at again. That is so important at this time. Give me a moment. I'm going to get there. I'm going to try to speed this up much as possible as I can from time to time. Chapter 2 of Genesis, verse 10 reads right here. It says, and a river went out of Eden to water the garden, and from thence it was parted and became into 4 heads. Okay, verse 15. And Yah Barah took the man and put him into the garden of Eden to dress it and to keep it. So keep that in mind as well, brothers and sisters. I'm establishing the point here. Chapter 6 of Genesis, verse 13. Chapter 6 of Genesis, verse 13 reads, and Barah, they got God, but it's Barah, the creator, said unto Noah, the end of all flesh is come before me, for the earth is filled with violence through them. And behold, I will destroy them with the earth. See, y'all were talking about the face of the earth that we walk upon. So keep that in mind as I read chapter 7, verse 4 at this time. It said, for yet 7 days I will cause it to rain upon the earth. See, he's talking about the face of the earth. 40 days and 40 nights, and every living substance, that I have made will I destroy from off the face of the earth. You see that? See the face of the earth right here for all to see? He's talking about the top of the earth, not the core of the earth or the foundation of the earth, but the face of the earth. You say, and do I want to go any further? No, right there. That's the part I want to point out right there. The face of the earth. Chapter 7, the same chapter 7 in Genesis, verse 18. And the waters prevailed and were increased greatly upon the earth. See, rising upon the earth. And the ark went upon the face of the waters. You see that? The top part of the water. And let me keep reading. And the water prevailed exceedingly upon the earth. See? And all the hills that were under the whole heaven were covered. You see that? Under the heavens. Remember, the heaven is above the earth. The hills is the other point of the face of the earth. See? That's why for 40 days, 40 nights, it was going up upon the face of the earth. Going above to reach over the hills. See, it's all the hills, the high hills that were under the whole heavens were covered. 15 cubit upward did the waters prevail. See, and the mountains were covered. See that? So y'all showing you right here in the same the structure of the earth. It got mountains, hills, and all flesh died that moved upon the earth. See, the face of the earth. Both of fowl and of cattle, and of the beasts, and of every creeping thing that creep upon the earth. See, that creep upon the face of the earth. Every man. And all, how far I'm going to go? 24th verse. And every man, and all who had nostril was the breath of life, of all that was in the dry land died. You see that? Talking about the face of the earth again. And every living substance was destroyed, which was upon the face of the ground. You see that? The face of the ground. Every substance that was on the face of the ground, the top of the earth. He didn't say the core of the earth or the foundation of the earth, but the face of the earth. Both man and cattle, and the creeping things, and the fowls of the heavens, and they were destroyed from the earth. See, and Noah only remained, alive, and they were with him in the ark. And the waters prevailed upon the earth 150 days. You see that? That covered the face of the earth for 150 days. And see, the hills, the mountain is part of the earth. See? So it covered the whole face of the earth. The valleys, the hills. With that, I'm going to go to chapter 8 of Genesis, verse 3 to 7. It's saying the water returned from off the earth. You see that? Receding from the top of the earth continuously. And after the end of 150 days, the water were abated. See? And the ark rested in the seventh moon. They got month but moon on the 17th day of the moon upon the mountain of Ararat. You see that? And the waters decreased continuously until the 10th moon. And in the 10th moon on the first day of the moon, where the tops of the mountains seen. You see that? And it came to pass, how far I'm going to go, verse 7, at the end of 40 days that Noah opened the window of the ark which he had made. And he sent forth a raven which went forth to and fro until the waters were dried up from off the earth. You see that? From the valleys, from the hills, the plains, the valleys. It took that much time into the water to abate the earth, to fade out, go back into its place, which it came from. So these things you must learn and know. Verse chapter 8, same chapter of Genesis, and verse 13, and saying, it came to pass in the 601st year, and the first moon, the first day of the moon, the waters were dried up from off the earth. And Noah removed the covering of the ark and looked, and behold, the face of the ground was dry. You see that? See the face of the ground, the face of the earth was dry. And then in the second moon, on the 7th and the 20th day of that moon, was the earth dried. See, these are things you got to keep in mind, brothers. As I'm gonna read, I'm read something in Genesis chapter 22, verse 2. I have a side note there, so let me get into it real quick. Genesis chapter 22. Chapter 22, verse 2. So we are distinct between the top of the earth, the face of the earth, which is the top, the core of the earth, and the foundations of the earth. So keep that in mind. These things you must always keep in your mind, our brothers and sisters. Right now in the flood, we're dealing with the top of the earth, the face of the earth. So 22, 2, and you see the face of the earth have indentations, valleys, and lumps, mountains, and hills. So with that, so it's not flat. That's self-explanatory right there in itself, brothers and sisters. So 22:2 say, and he said, take now your son and thy only son Isaac, whom thou lovest, and get you into the land of Moriah, and offer him there for a burnt offering upon one of the mountains, which I will tell you of. See how y'all told the mountains? So y'all formed these things and said, go to one of these mountains, go to Moriah, and the territory of Moriah, in the land of Moriah, and then one of these mountains, I'm gonna tell you where to offer your son at. See, so keep that in mind as well, brothers and sisters, in your studies. I'm gonna go to at this time Ezekiel. I'm gonna cover that. I'm gonna cover that while I'm here. Then I'm gonna get to the other scriptures. Or should I go a Mojah first? Okay, let me go and cover Ezekiel first. Brothers, I'm going to go to Ezekiel, the prophet Ezekiel at this time. I'm going to get this particular translation right here and read it. The translation called the Scriptures. Okay, right here. Let me go to Ezekiel. Give me a moment. Let me get there. Bear with me. Have patience with me, brothers and sisters. I'm sitting in the car doing a video, so I'm not at the table. So I'm kind of cramped up. So I just can't just get to it like I want to. I came to the car for less noise, family. at this time. So chapter 34 and 6. So everything tight on me. It say in 6, it say, my sheep wandered through all the mountains. You see that? He talking about his people on every hill. You see that? Y'all made these things on the earth, on the face of the earth for his own pleasure and for us. And my sheep were scattered over all the face of the earth. You see that? See, the face of the earth consists of mountains, hills, valleys, and no one was seeking or searching for them. Our brothers and sisters. So keep that in mind. So there, I'm going to go to Ezekiel chapter 6. I'm going to go back to some, brothers and sisters. So keep that in mind as well as we cover these scriptures. The scripture talk much about the face of the earth. Everything we can see and walk on is the face of the earth. The valleys, the plains, the flat plains, and the hills and mountains. Brothers and sisters, is the face of the earth. Ezekiel, let me get back. I went past it. Chapter 6, verse 1. I'm going to read verse 1 to 14 real quick. So, and the word of Yah came to me, saying, Son of man, set your face toward the mountains of Yasharelah. You see that? The mountains of Yasharelah, and prophesied against them. And you shall say, the O mountain of Yasharelah, hear the words of the Master Yah. Thus said Master Yah to the mountains, and to the hills, and to the ravines, and to the valleys. See that? Look, I myself am bringing a sword against you, and I will destroy your high places. And your slaughtering places shall be ruined, and your sun pillars shall be broken in pieces. And I shall make your slain fall in front of your idols. See that? Our people is heavy into idolatry worship. And laid the corpse of the children of Yasharelah in front of Yasharelah, they got Israel, in front of their idols. And scatter your bones all around your slaughter places. See, that sets in the hills. And so in all your dwelling places, the city shall be destroyed and the high places deserted. So that your slaughter places are broken and bare, and their punishment. And bear their punishment. And your idols shall be smashed and made to cease. And your sun pillars cut down, and your works blotted out. And the slain shall fall in the midst of you. And you shall know that I am Yah. I'm going down to verse 14. But I shall leave a remnant in that some shall escape the sword among the nations. When you are scattered throughout the lands, you see that? And those of you who escape shall remember me among the nations where they have taken captive. See? Because I have been broken by their adulterous heart. See that? Which has turned away from me. And by their eyes which whore after their idols. And they loathe themselves for the evil which they have done in all the abominations. And they shall know that I am Yah, and not for naught have I spoken to this evil, see, to them. And thus said Master Yah, strike with your hand and stamp your feet, and say, Alice, because of all of the evil abominations of the house of Yasharelah, who shall fall by the sword, by scarcity of food and by pestilence. See the punishments? The judgments went out. And he who is far off shall die by pestilence. And he who is near fall by the sword. And he who is left over is besieged and die by scarcity of food. And I shall complete my wrath upon him. See, his judgment upon them. And you shall know that I am Yah when their slain are among their idols. And all around their slaughter places, and on every hill, and on all the mountaintops, under every green tree, and under every thick oak, wherever they offer sweet incense to all their idols. And I shall stretch out my hand against them, and make the land a wasteland, even more waste than the wilderness towards Deblah, and all their dwelling places. And they should know that I am Yah. That is very important, brothers and sisters. As I'm continuing this, and read Amos, the prophet, Amos, they call it Amos, chapter 9, verse 6. At this time, brothers and sisters, I'm going to at this time Amos 9:6. At this time, I'm gonna read. It said, "Who is building his upper room in the heavens, and has founded his firmament on the earth? Who is calling for the waters of the sea and pour them out on the face of the earth?" See that? Yah is his name. See, on the face of the earth, on the top part of the earth. So keep that in mind. It's right there again. As I'm gonna go to Yeremiah, Jeremiah chapter 31, verse 37 to 40. So I'm going to another prophet book to establish these things in your hearing, brothers and sisters, at this time, that you may adhere to the words of Yah and accept the words of Yah and abide by the words of Yah, and not go with your own theory and your thinking of somebody else that gave it to you, that spirit that it's opposed to Yah, brothers and sisters. That will get you cut off from Yah. We must lean on Yah's spirit. We must receive the words of Yah, brothers and sisters, and accept the spirit of Yah. The truth of Yah is knowledge. What I'm giving to you at this time, Yeremiah 31, chapter 31, verse 37, I'm going to start off with right here. It said, "Thus saith Yah, if heaven above could be measured, and the foundations of the earth," see that? The foundations of the earth, search out beneath. See, nobody can search out the foundation of the earth, brothers and sisters. So if you can't search it out, you don't even know the structure of it. So we're gonna get there. It said right here, see, it said thus saith Yah, if the heavens above could be measured. See, so the earth above can't be measured. People exaggerate, and the foundation of the earth search out. What they exaggerate, they can't search that out. I will also cast off all the seed of Yasha for all that they have done, declares Yah. See, please meditate on that, brothers and sisters. If we still in the earth, nobody search these things out. So it's a waste of time. All it's down there. It's flat. The foundation is flat. You don't know, brothers and sisters. You never searched it out. Because if somebody would have found these things out, we'll be ceased as a nation, brothers and sisters. So that's the end of that debate. So right here it said, I will cast off all the seas. You see, all the sea. You'll be dead. We'll be dead for all that they have done. See, all what our ancestors have done. See, the days are coming, declares Yah, that the city shall be built for Yah from the towers of Haniel, they got Haniel, to the corner gate. And the measuring line shall again extend straight ahead to the hills of Gaib. And then it shall turn towards Goah, and all the valleys of the dead bodies, and all the ashes, and all the fields as far as the Wadi Kindron, and to the corners of the horse gate towards the east. It should be set apart to Yah, and it should not be plucked up or thrown down anymore forever. When I'm giving you the words of Yah, as I'm continue at this time, I see something else I'm looking at here. Okay, let me make sure. Okay, okay, make sure. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go to the prophet book called Joel at this time, but his real name is Yah strength. So let's go there to Joel. Give me a moment. Let me get there. I'm gonna get there. Joel, go back. Joel chapter 3 verse 18 at this time. So bear with me for a moment. Chapter 3, verse 18, and it reads right here. And it shall be in that day that the mountains drip with new wine, and the hills flow with milk, and all the streams of Yahudah shall be flooded with water. And the foundation flow from the house, and the fountain flow from the house of Yah, and the waters to the Wadi Shittim. So keep that in mind. We got hills, we got mountains. I'm putting these things out as a reminder to get into your mind what the face of the earth possess and how the face of the earth is flat. So I'm covering this in different scriptures. As I'm gonna go to the prophet book called Zechariah. They say Zechariah at this time. So Zechariah chapter 14, brothers and sisters. We're gonna walk through this here. Chapter 14, verse 45, right here. It said, and in that day his feet shall stand upon the Mount of Olives. See that the elevated plane again of the face of the earth, which faces Yashalom on the east. And the Mount of Olives shall be split into two from the east to west, a very great valley, and half of the mountain shall move toward the north and half towards the south. And you shall flee to the valley of my mountain. For the valley of the mountains reaches to Azal, and you shall flee as you fled from the earthquake in the days of Uzziah, sovereign of Yahudah, and Yah, your Barah, shall come. All the set apart ones with you. That's going to fly over a lot of heads. So I'm not going to get into explaining that in this video. In later videos, I get deep into that here. So how far I'm going with this here. Let me look at my notes once again. So, okay, 5 right there. And I'm going to go, okay, 5 there. And so I got something else. So I'm going to go to Zechariah chapter 4:7. I'm going to go, same prophet book, Zechariah, they call it Zechariah, chapter 4, verse 7, here. Who are you, O great mountain, before Zerubbabel, Bethel, a plain, and he shall bring forth the capstone with shouts of favor and favor to it. See, so okay, that's that. Referring to a reference concerning the mountain there again. So let me go to, at this time, Psalms 82:5. As we're working through this, Psalms 82:5 at this time. Let me get there, give me a moment. Psalms 82:5. I'm just pointing these things out about hills, mountains, valleys, the face of the earth. So this could enter into your thinking as well, so you know the earth is not flat. The top of the earth is not flat at all. And I showed you, if somebody found out the structure or the foundation of the earth, our nation wouldn't even be here today, brothers and sisters. So keep that in mind as well as I point that out to you. I'm going to 82 verse 5. So keep that in your thinking. 82:5. And don't make up things, brothers and sisters. It's not to your benefit. And they do not know, nor do they understand. They walk about in darkness, and all the foundation of the earth are shaken. You see that? He said all the foundations of the earth are shaken. And so different lands have their own individual foundation, brothers and sisters. Remember, y'all said it's people perish because of lack of knowledge. That means not knowledge of him. It's information that he gave to us. And the lack of knowledge and information that he didn't give it to us. Deuteronomy 29:29. I should go there real quick and read it. I'm going to add that into So point that out, because that's very important to point out from time to time as a reminder as well. So our people to stop thinking they above Yah in knowledge and thinking, and they go and hear the Caucasian talking, flattery talk, and they buy into it and accept it. They talking about geographical location. See the geographical location again? The earth dimensions is this and that. They don't know all that, brother. They exaggerate all these things. They give well, I estimate this. It's 20 million feet high, wide, and round and shaped. See, they exaggerate, brother. They don't know that stuff, brother. They not acting on zero or nothing. They just give you an exaggerated count and people jump right on with it. Oh, that sounds intelligent. The guys went to Harvard and Yale and on, brother, and sisters, Princeton, and all these different places. So they accept these people as truth. They knowledges, and they run with it. It sounds nice unto them, but it's not, brothers and sisters, when you go and compare it with the words of Yah. So give me a moment. I'm going to Deuteronomy 29:29 real quick for you. And the reason right here, it said, I always keep this in my mind. I remember the things I don't know, I don't try to go beyond, because you can't go beyond. In your mind, you deceive yourself and think you try to talk in pride and boastful above Yah. See, it said the secret matters belong to Yah. Al-Bara. They got Elohim, but it's Bara. But what is revealed, see, what you may reveal, made known, belongs to us and to our children forever, to do all the words of this Torah. See, Yah instructed the Torah. See, all the prophets, when Yah gave them words, that's part of the Torah. Torah means teachings, instructions that consist of laws, commandments, brothers and sisters, statutes, how to keep these laws, brothers, are the knowledges of Yah, the Torah of Yah. So keep that in mind as well as I give it to you, that you'll draw closer to Yah and learn to love Yah with all your heart, mind, soul, and strength. Let me go, I think I read a Mojah. Let me go and make sure. Okay, Mojah, I believe I read a Mojah now, but I'm going to go there anyway, because I got to read something else in the Mojah. So let me, I'm going to go to Mojah, the prophet book. They call it Amos. I think I read it. That's why I said it like that. Okay, let me go back then. I'm going to check it out anyway, because I don't want to miss nothing, bypass nothing, brothers and sisters, because all the words of Yah is true and sure. Brothers and sisters, 9:6. Let me make sure. Did I read that? Who is the builder of a room and having foundation, the firmaments of the earth? Is called the waters. Sea pour out them on the face of the earth. Okay, I read that. Then I said, let me go to 4, chapter 4, and verse 13 of a Mojah. Let me see, make sure that I read that. For look, see right here say, for look, he who forms the mountain. See, Yah. This is Amos chapter 4, verse 13. It says, look, he who forms, give it shape, like he formed man and woman, and give them their shape. He formed the mountains and creates the wind, who declares to man what his thoughts is. See, what Yah did made known to what his thoughts are, and makes the morning darkness, who threads the high places of the earth. See, I say the high place of earth. So right there, if Yah threads the high place of earth, Yah Bara of hosts is his name. The earth is not flat, brothers and sisters. See, that's another plain scripture right there. The face of the earth is not flat, brothers and sisters. Nobody even know what's all in the core of the earth, or what is the form of the foundation of the earth, foundations of the earth and islands. You don't know that, brothers and sisters. If somebody did know that and was revealed to know that, and they searched these things out, like y'all said, we'll cease as a nation. So keep that in mind in all your thinking. Learn to think like Yah, reject what other people teach you that is opposing to Yah. It's not in the scripture, brothers and sisters. They go there, as I'm gonna go to Isaiah 40:13, and they lie to you. They don't make it plain. They always try to explain away what is written from Yah that are plain and simple. Chapter 40. It's simple, and you can see it with your observation. The face of the earth, brothers and sisters. Right here. Because, see, the top of the earth, the face of the earth is not the foundation of. That's the top of the earth. You build a foundation on the earth to place a house there. See, that's your own individual foundation that you made with your own hands. You pour concrete or whatever, and you build this foundation, or you use wood or whatever to build a foundation. You level it off, and all of that. See, according to the knowledge that's given to you how to build houses and make things stand and not topple over, brothers and sisters, on the face of the earth. See, brothers and sisters, remember the mountain is the face of the earth, the valleys, so you can build houses in the mountains, the valleys, and all on plain land. See, I see them everywhere. I saw houses in the valleys. I saw houses on plain lands, and in the mountains. I seen it. I worked on them, brothers and sisters, in my lifetime. Chapter verse 13 and 40. At this time, for your listening ear, may the peace of Yah increase you and give you his knowledge, his wisdom, that you may bear it and hold fast to it. So right here, verse 13 of Isaiah chapter 40. It reads right here. It says, who has meted out the spirit of Yah? See that? Or as his counselor taught him. See? Nobody. Nobody. See, but some people try to act like they counselors to Yah. They have more knowledge of Yah. Listen to this. Go check this website over here. Check this out over there. Look this word up over here. Yah is the one that defines everything and what he created and what he formed. He revealed to us to go over there to the mountain over here, go down to this valley over here. In the description, he tell people, and instruction he give people, he showed them the earth is not flat, brother. So he don't have to say the earth is flat, but he tell them go to this hill. Let me climb this elevated place on the face of the earth, or go down below in this valley over here, or go over this plain over here, brothers and sisters. So keep that in mind as well. I'm not trying to beat down nobody. I'm just trying to show you the words of Yah, plain and simple. Let me go there again. It said verse 13. Who has meted out the spirit of Yah? See, the knowledge of Yah, or as his counselor taught him. No one, brothers and sisters. That was just a question to ask. Brothers and sisters, we can't teach Yah. Yah teach us. He embodied the instruction to us, and he gives instruction to his representatives, brothers and Malachims, his messengers, to give to everybody else on the face of the earth, brothers and sisters. And one time he came and spoke to our nation on the burnt mountain, Horeb, brothers. Again, see, on an elevated place. And our nation heard his voice and feared Yah. And they asked Moshe to ask Yah, tell Yah, let you speak to us, but not him. Because that's how afraid he was of Yah at that time. Not knowing that Yah loved them, he wasn't going to destroy them, brothers and sisters, too, at that time. So as I'm going to Proverbs, at this time, Proverbs, I got a few more scriptures. Hope I can get all this in, but if not, I don't have to really go no further. But Proverbs, at this time, chapter 30, verse 4. So let me get there real quick as possible that I can. Let me get into it real quick. Proverbs 30 at this time. Thank each and every one of y'all for listening at this time to Yah News. Once again, I bring forth the words of Yah to you. It's who has gone up to the heavens and come down, Who has gathered the wind in his fist? Who has bound the waters in the garment? Who has established all the ends of the earth? That was these questions. Only y'all brothers and sisters did these things, if you know it or not. So keep that in mind. Psalms 104, verse 5 to 8. I'm going to go to at this time. Back to Psalms 104 at this time, brothers and sisters. That the words of Yah is sure and is perfect and is true, brothers and sisters. And we can see and confirm these things by observation as well. So Psalms 104, verse 5 to 8 is right here. It says, he established the earth on its foundation. See that? Yah established, begin the earth on its foundation. See, more than one foundations. The seas, all the lands, lands have their own foundations. So that it would not totter forever. See, you cover it with the deep as with a garment. You see that? Y'all describing it something that's about what he did. It said the water stood above the mountains. You see that? At your rebuke, they flee. See, stood above the mountains. That was during the time of the flood there. And at the voice of your thunder, they hurried away. They go up the mountains. They go down the valleys. You see that? To the place which you founded for them. You did set a boundary, and they do not pass over. You see that? They do not return to cover the earth. See, he's talking about the face of the earth. Who is sending? That's all I'm going to go right there. So, but that's very important. Right there. So take all of this, what I'm showing you in the heart. Yeah. Did these wonderful things. I'm going to go to Psalm 26. I got Psalm 26, verse 7. Psalm 26.